Hi, I'm Nick Gilmore. This is Anthony, and today we're going to discuss the kettlebell swing. We're going to talk about the proper techniques and what we need to be doing for efficient movement. The kettlebell swing is a movement that's used incorrectly by a lot of people, even athletes. And it's a really good movement for your athletes that you don't want doing any Olympic lifting, or even elderly people or kids, just to get that power development. There's a couple big mistakes that you see a lot of people doing. The first one is a lot of people will completely bend over with the back and bring it through just with the motion of the back. A lot of times this puts stress on the low back, which is not good because this low back pain is a big problem for a lot of people, even athletes, so we want to avoid that. Second big mistake that we see people doing is just a squat swing. So a lot of people will bend excessively at the knees and then bring the kettlebell through with their arms. We don't want this because we want to enhance power through the glutes. And this just makes it really an arm dominant movement, and it'll set us up for some incorrect movement patterns. So the first step for a basic progression is for him to be able to hip hinge. If Anthony cannot hip hinge, he's going to struggle to get those hips through and those glutes firing in a kettlebell swing. So when looking at this hip hinge, our major cues are that we want that butt going back first, we want the hips going back, and we want the weight in his heels. We want him to keep this back tight. Keep going, Anthony. Keep going, go up, up. Fire it through. Squeeze the butt cheeks at the top. All right, hinge, 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 hinge. Go. Keep it tight. Go. Come on up. And then get 3 more of those. Keep it tight. Good. Good. One more. Good. Well done. So if someone's struggling to get that weight back, we're going to have them go on a little bit of an elevated surface, just to force them into a little bit of dorsiflexion. We can use plates, or we can use a 2x4 or a mat, anything like that. So this is really going to force him to bring his weight back. Go ahead, hinge, hinge, hinge. Good, up, bring it through, good. Fire those hips, get 3 here. Good, keep the core tight. Well done. So now we're going to get the deadlift so that we can work on moving something with a little bit of weight, and we'll have him, go ahead and grab your kettlebell. We'll have him put that kettlebell almost right underneath his butt, in line with his heels. And what we want you to do, is you're a little bit taller, so we'll give you a little bit of grace on the first one, but we want a little bit, you can go into a little bit of knee flexion here, but we want the primary movement to be that hip hinge. Again, same thing, now we just add a weight. The big cue we can add here is that we can really add engaging our lats. So we want to keep that nice tall chest. We want to act like we're squeezing a piece of paper in our armpits. So we're going to lift up, lift through, squeeze the butt cheeks, come down, hinge, 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 and come up and through. Now we can add a little bit of speed here. Go ahead. Good. Nice and simple. Keep it tight. Good. Good. Weight back. Get 2 more here. Good, Anthony. Well done. So he looks pretty good. His hinge is right on point. He stays pretty tight, so we can move him now into the kettlebell swing. We'll have him establish his base again. Now we want the kettlebell about 1 to 1.5 feet in front of him, so that he's going to have to pull, stay tight, pull it back, and hike it. So what you're going to do, Anthony, is you're going to act like you're hiking a football with this kettlebell. You're going to get set up nice and low. You're going to get that lat retraction, and you're going to pull it through like you're going to hike a football. So when you do that, you're immediately going to snap through with the hips, and the kettlebell is going to drive itself up. This isn't something that you need to do with your arms. The power from your hips coming through is going to bring the kettlebell up enough. What we don't want to see is we don't want to see the kettlebell coming up above your shoulders or anything like that. That's when we'll know you're doing it a little too much with your arms. So let's have you get set up. Let's get 5 good ones here. Get set up, hike it through, bring those hips through fast. Snap it through. Boom. Speed. Get that speed, Anthony. Good. 2 more. Good. That last one was good. Well done. Anthony, great job on those kettlebell swings. As far as implementing this into a workout, for a beginner, I wouldn't want them doing any more than 5 reps, so maybe 3 sets of 5 reps, just to make sure they're focused on their technique. Someone more advanced or an athlete, we could do it more metabolically, so they would go as hard as they can for about 10 to 15 seconds. Once we get above that 15-second range is when the technique really starts to kind of break down, so that's where we kind of want to cut it off. But for a guy like Anthony, we definitely want him working. We definitely want that power in the hips being initiated. So this is the metabolic way of doing it. It's a great thing for him. Kettlebell swing is a great exercise to use, and I hope you enjoyed this video.